Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
There are 12 days in the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hello there, good morning and welcome. This is AM News on Adoatv Television. We're live all across the world on TV and online from digital address GA2260733. We're also live on digital channel 37 and 38. To apologize for the technical challenges. In our top stories this morning, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has traveled to Serbia. Details of that coming up shortly. Also, the NPA, directed by the Ministry of Energy, has reduced some levies in the current prices of petroleum products at the pump. Also, coming up, we'll tell you the extraordinary ECOWAS session. You might want to stay with us because details of these and many others comes up shortly. Please be my guest. Again, let's settle for the details now. The Vice Chairperson of the ECOWAS Parliament Committee on Social Affairs, Gender and Women Empowerment, Ladi Yani, says the upcoming extraordinary summit would have all female lawmakers measures to adopt to increase the number of women in parliament, as well as land border closure and its impact on women. According to her, the ECOWAS Female Parliamentary Association on the gender front will throw more light on how the closure of the land borders within the West African sub-region is preventing women from going about their daily business.
As you can see, we are 8 and I'm the only lady here. And getting there, he had to ensure that at least women are not left behind. And so he said, no, you will also have to get a position. And he ensured I became the vice chairperson of the gender committee. That notwithstanding, it has led me to so many activities. From Freetown, we went back to Abuja, then we went to Liberia, all on the gender committee. And at least 2 of the things that we are looking at in the gender front is the issue of the closure of barriers, our barriers in the sub-region, which is preventing most women from doing businesses and which is posing a lot of problems. Because if you look at the whole issue, it looks like only those of us who can go by aircraft are those who are free. But our women who actually do their businesses across the borders have an issue all over. So we've taken that up, and we are tasking ourselves to the fact that we should stop sitting, we should get up and actually work. We should stop the talk and do the work. So this is one of the discussions of ECOFEPA.
She said their discussion would also be centered on increasing their numbers.
Then the other issue is increasing our numbers, the women in parliament. In Ghana, we might think that we have increased our numbers. That is 20 from both sides of the aisle, which is 40. But we need more. And it shouldn't be only about Ghana alone. We should also look at that issue, and that women in the ECOWAS parliament, once we are representing our individual parliaments of the community, we should be able to discuss and ensure that we get support for women to come up and take up leadership roles, even if not only in parliament but in other institutions.
Also on the agenda for discussion, according to Madame Ayamba, it is the issue of early marriage, which is a problem in the sub-region and needs some attention.
The issue is, the last but not the least I would want to mention, is early marriage. We have a lot of that problem. And so we need to look at that issue and ensure that we'll get around the individual countries, not only sitting back in our own places or our constituencies. Sometimes it doesn't have any good effect, but as you go around, you learn and you also teach, or you also make sure that you educate people on these issues. So
News this morning, the Executive Director of Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability, Thomas Mensah, has issued a press release which says that they are not in support of the activities of LGBTQ+I community as a human rights institution. However, they also do not support violence and attacks on persons suspected to be LGBTQ+ community.
Executive Director for the Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability, Thompson Mensah, has issued a release which reads, "The anti-LGBTQI+ bill has currently generated a lot of controversies since last week when some eminent professors and influential persons came out to oppose the bill, citing various reasons including the violation of the human rights and freedoms enshrined under the Constitution of Ghana. The LGBTQ has been with us for a long time. People who will engage in it kept it private, not only as a sign of respect to themselves, but also to respect the country as a whole." According to the release, the LGBTQ sex happens behind closed doors to extent that our criminal codes makes engaging in the sexual activities in public illegal. All these LGBTQ+ campaigns has come as a result of the unwarranted desire by the current LGBTQ people in Ghana to be able to formalize their illegal practice and also to be able to engage in PDA's public display of affection, such as holding hands in public, kissing in public, reflected in public, among others, in the full glare of innocent Ghanaian children who needs to be protected psychologically, physically, and culturally under the law. Furthermore, the Ghanaian community is a very conservative one. Until recently, you could barely hold your partner's hand or touch her sensitively in public. Majority of Ghanaians are straight, but they don't go about every day broadcasting their sexuality to everyone or sexual preferences in the faces of other people. Neither do they go about with a microphone in their hands, campaigning to attract more straight people and forming straight people's group. In Ghanaian culture, sex as an act itself is hardly spoken of in public, and so to allow or see a group of people engaging in a public campaign on sexuality is purely un-Ghanaian. However, they are not in support of the LGBTQI+, and as a human rights institution, they also do not support the violence and attacks on persons suspected to be LGBTQ. It further indicated that the criminal jurisprudence maintains that a person is innocent until proven otherwise by a court or competent jurisdiction. This current bill before Parliament provides a safe haven to protect such people and would allow them to have a second chance. And as a human rights organization, they absolutely respect the right of every Ghanaian, especially the fundamental right accrued to them under the Constitution. The release continues by saying, since we are in a democracy where laws and choices are made based on the majority decision or preference, we cannot sacrifice the sanctity and right of the larger community just because we want to make a small bunch of people who do not even qualify to be called a minority group because they don't exist in the Ghanaian context.
Let's move away from the LGBT community because the Northern Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Mohammed Bantema Samba, has made a cash donation of 720,000 Ghana cedis to the party executives across the 18 constituencies in the region. According to the chairman, it is a token of appreciation of the effort by these executives during the 2020 parliamentary and presidential elections.
Mohammed Samba, the Northern Regional Chairman of the NPP, has made a cash donation of 720,000 Ghana cedis to party executives across the 18 constituencies in the Northern region. Each of the 18 constituencies, according to him, will receive a total amount of 40,000 Ghana cedis. He said the offer is an appreciation following the executive's effort in the 2020 parliamentary and presidential elections. He made the presentation during the NPP's regional delegate conference of the party at Nyankpala in the Tolan constituency over the weekend. Chairman Samba, known in the political realm as Chairman Pre-Finance, said the spectacular performance of the NPP regional executive together with its constituency party executives and various polling station executives enabled the party recapture political power for President Akufo-Addo. He, however, charged the supporters to unite towards breaking the heat in the 2024 general elections.
What we can do and prepare the ground to break 8 years. I'm going to award you what we can do
Chairman Samba further thanked President Akufo-Addo for appointing 7 persons from the Northern region as ministers. In attendance at the delegate conference was the Council of Elders, Chiefs, and supporters of the governing New Patriotic Party and all its constituency executives.
He gave us the appointment. That's the first time the Northern region will receive about 7 ministers' appointment in Northern region.
Others are receiving cash prizes. Members of the National Democratic Congress in Daboya constituency of the Savannah region have vented their anger on the leadership of the party over the alleged suspension of the constituency chairman. The members of the party took to the streets of Daboya on Sunday to protest against the decision by the Savannah Regional Executive Committee and called for withdrawal of the letter.
On Sunday, 10th October 2021, members of the National Democratic Congress in the Daboya Makeregu constituency took to the streets of Daboya to register their displeasure over the alleged suspension of the constituency chairman. Young men and women of the NDC, numbering about 100, wearing red armbands and headscarves, took to the streets amidst singing and dancing to protest against the suspension of the constituency chairman, Alhaji Muhammad Mutala. The peaceful demonstration started at the party's constituency office through Principal Street to the lake as they vented their anger at the decision of the regional executives over the alleged suspension of the constituency chairman last week. A committee of inquiry was set up 3 months ago with regards to the 2020 elections, which found the constituency chairman guilty of not supporting the party vehemently win the 2020 elections. Subsequently, the findings led to the party imploring the Daboya Makeregu constituency chairman to leave office and hand over his documents to his vice chairman. According to one of the organizers of the demonstration, they were protesting against the alleged suspension of the constituency chairman following the woes of the party in the previous election.
We want to talk to our leaders out there to know that there are certain information that is coming out which the youth in Daboya, precisely NDC members, are not happy about. We want to send a signal to our people. We want them to know above a few people within the party cannot hold the party to ransom. We will not allow that. Are we going to allow that? No! Are we going to allow that? No! For the 3rd time, are we going to allow some few people? In the first place, we want the whole party, the neck, to know this. The reason why we lost 2020 election. These are facts. If they care to know, they should come to the grassroots. Parties, it is the grassroots that are parties. Not a few people, cabal from the party, are going to take the party into ransom. We will not take that. Why did Honorable Muhammad Shaibu Obe lost the 2020 election in Daboya Makeregu constituency? Unprecedented margin. Why? The question is why? We want people to know the reason why Honorable Lawyer Obe Shaibu, my uncle, my own uncle, lost the election. We want the whole world to know this.
Issa Shaibu blames the former MP, Honorable Muhammad Shaibu, for his own misfortunes, inciting a complete negligence of the party's structure.
Our own uncle, the then candidate, disregard to the party's structures. It disregard the party structures. That's number one. Number two, no policy for women and farmers in this constituency. He couldn't do anything. Number three, because of time, we just want to break them in simple terms. Vindictiveness. He has shown vindictiveness in this current election that we have gone through. It's a clear fact. It's a fact. Number four, fraudulent act. Fraudulent act. I repeat, fraudulent act that caused us to lose this election.
Unlike the former MP who joined the party in 2007, old members like Mr. Ibrahim Abbas believes the woes of the party are as a result of the one-term premium in the constituency, not the chairman.
Let's move away from the political scene and come to the religious front, because the Association of Anglican Clubs of the Anglican Diocese of Accra on Saturday, October 9, 2021 held its 12th annual general meeting at the St. Francis Anglican Church, Mamprobi. The meeting is annually organized by the Club of the Anglican Church, but this meeting was centered on the review of the club under the wounds of COVID-19 pandemic. There is more in the following report.
The Association of Anglican Clubs is an association of all Anglican clubs coming together to hash over issues concerning the church to promote its structural, economical, spiritual, and financial development of the church. The meeting was beautifully graced by dignitaries from the Anglican Church, including the Dean of the Most Holy Trinity Cathedral, Accra, Very Reverend Dr. George Kote Nikwe, Registrar of the Diocese, Mr. Bliss Amate, among others. The meeting was chaired by Mr. Edward Otu and Reverend Father Edmond Korte as guest speakers. Representatives and members of these clubs who were present were drew from St. Andrew, St. Augustine, St. George, St. Luke, St. Annie, St. Francis, Christ the King, St. Michael's, St. Paul's, among others. Delivering this keynote address, the chairman Edward Otu spoke fervently on the theme for the program, Let Us Arise and Build. He then again urged the entire congregation to rise as a team and work towards the development of the church and the nation.
Thank you very much for the honor done me. And I think I'm family, so I don't need to say much or talk much. I'm pretty very well known within the circles of the club. And it is my wish that God would direct us and give the guest speaker what God himself wants us to listen.
However, the General Secretary Winifred Odoi also read minutes from previous annual meetings and highlighted progress made.
In his closing remarks, the chairman thanked the speakers and participants alike for their apt attention to proceedings. He advised that COVID-19 may affect us, but it can never stop us from going about our Christian duties, because God is our ultimate decider. He praised the work of the AAC in the diocese, in that the association was fulfilling the Great Commission. He urged the Executive Council to study the issues raised by the Dean for consideration. He recommended the use of the Adoatv, a channel that is relevant to disseminate our messages to the world.
Just join us. You're watching AM News on Adoatv Television with me, Nanyama Collins, and let's do the latest in the world of business. His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has approved the zero price stabilization and recovery levy on petrol, diesel, and LPG for 2 months. A statement issued by the National Petroleum Authority said the approval follows the advice of the NPA to the Minister of Energy to seek government's intervention to mitigate the increasing price of petroleum products on the world market on consumers. A statement issued by the National Petroleum Authority said the approval follows the advice of the NPA to the Minister of Energy to seek government intervention to mitigate the impact of the rising prices of petroleum products on the world market on consumers. Prices of crude oil and refined petroleum products, according to the NPA, have seen a sharp increases on the world market due to the rise in demand of oil globally, without a corresponding increase in supply, particularly from the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. Because the pricing of petroleum products in Ghana is deregulated, charges in prices of petroleum products on the world market have a direct impact on prices at the pump. The NPA further stated, the outlook of prices on the world market shows an upward trend, and therefore there was a need to see government intervention to lower the levies to cushion consumers from feeling the full impact of these rising prices. The purpose of the Price Stabilization and Recovery Levy is to stabilize prices for consumers and pay for subsidies on premixed fuel and residual fuel oil. At this time, the premixed fuel, which is currently 16 pesos per litre on petrol, 14 pesos per litre on diesel, and 14 pesos per kilogram on LPG, must be zeroed to cushion consumers. The NPA would work with the ministries of Energy and Finance to quicken the legislative process, give immediate effect to this directive by the President. Grateful to His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for granting the request to zero these levies to minimize the effect of the rising prices of petroleum products on the world market on consumers in Ghana. How we wrap up the Tuesday package of AM News on Adoatv Television. We'll bring you updates of these stories in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, you can visit our website www.adoanewsonline.com for more news. My name is Nanya Macaulay, and from me and the rest of the team, we'll see us again very soon. But please do stay with us on AM Ghana Show as we deliberate on real issues bothering Ghana. Good morning.
Suzy Ebafo ye ne CB men, CB women, CB malakyo ena ye de CB soap nso aba na mum enne no ye be pese ye be kasa fa CB soap no kwan ye fa so e de use CB soap no ene hia ehu hia se onipa bi a wo Ghana ha ana asase so utumi use CB soap no bi CB soap ye de pedicure ene manicure pedicure ye brea wa apply CB soap ewo unase ene unentin na watnasi for some minutes na wahoro ni nyina awo rere no eye unase de no na pedicure no na afen nso se ode ye unsem na no so hohoro na rere no na manicure kwa ye faso ede use CB soap na nkasangasa na meba abekire no de webinum ho a wonsem no ayedin ama sabio ne nsa no kura ya akoakoa ebinum nsem tumi ye dendenden ma ne nsanum ni nyina paapai enu nti na Suzy Ebafo yakofa CB eba soap edi abase wo sa haw ni nyina bia ka wakoma to yam ukoto CB soap no bia ba udi nsuo di kan fa nsem na fide weti soap no bi obema na dos wonsem nsati nkan odi be fa nsa yam ni nyina ne nsantam ni nyina uye ne sa wi obetena se fiti 10 to 15 minutes no wa hohoro ni nyina the moment a di soap no be fa nsem a obehohoro no na soap na hoodin ekita no na ne nsem eye dead cells ni nyina nti me say o men ko use blade because blade ha one hwe na akwakotwa nti use small knife and say scissors se o buy scissors no mumienu se ya na o de awrawra nsem fini nyina se o ye ba ko wie na se na nsem no mu aye no eya no wagyae enye ma wo betumi asan apply second soap no so bi na no so watena se for sa bre no o hohoro ana wasan awrawra obonso nsem be ye moton kama na o no yire ana o partner bi hia watumi de nsa fa ne honam no so ana ye kɔ biai bi na se ye chia o so watumi atie bi se bia onentin ana se opese odi CB soap no eye pedicure ewo onase a ebia o 19 enye din onentin empaipai a obedi kan di nsu afa onentin no onase no na wetin CB soap no bi na odi asrasra onentin no onase ni nyina se odi sra onentin no onase ni nyina wie na opese odi si nsu mu a kwan wo ho nemu obetwen be 55 to 10 minutes time ansana odi sinsumu ni enti eti sa ne se odi sra 19 no sisia na odi sunsumu eba horo no nyina edubre na owura abon se enye adwuma bi amfa ma wo enti so pese odi sinsumu after 10 minutes no na wasan de sinsumu no to di sinsumu no so for 10 minutes and after the ohoro a na wa rere ebeyi dead cells ni nyina ebeyi fi na wo 19 ni nyina na bibia aye fine
Sibi Hebaso, who say? Who ran now? Your Bemampo. She said you used to Sibi Hebaso the tree now. The Nasi, Ninti. She said now I Truntruntumafa. Sibi Hebaso. It works like magic. We are now we are correct. My whole fillet. Why Beman, when you could yak him, slippers in, but in the perfect Nasi. Sibi Hebaso. Perfect. And you think I better command myself. So, person now we come out. We 19 papa there. Always need use CB soap. Eba, and you put her. Wash. Abba.
Near to subium ebia 19 no aye de dendenti na wo ye bra wo de asra wie na wa twen ahohoro a rere ni nyina awie no na fe de wet soap no kakra e de ato traba no so na wo de atwi 19 no ebia wo ni scrubber bia wo ho onni abo bia wo ho no mo a wo betimi ati soap no kakra de ato rough cement ana abo bia su ye rough so na wo do 19 na twitwi so wo ye ne sa every week bia ye no mpamio na 19 ni nyina be fefefe na ye mre ya nsam ni 19 ni na se no e cells a etumi nyin ndi se 19 na ana se ona se na ye cells na etumi nyin no se enyiya na cells no wu na uhia mpaboa na heat ne kana eno do ye hwan ebe yi sent so your ban na okru was a problem no bi wo your bema na wo sa problem no bi abomodin ase obenya sibi soap no bi okoto bi ba fa nso di kan fa 19 no na ase na fa soap no bi srasra 19 no na ase ni nyina na twen be 10 to 15 minutes hohoro ni nyina na fe di pe small knife na scissors fa rere sa dead cells na wo 19 no na ase ni nyina utumi yesa wi a odo pampaboa no hye no 1 month na yi wo 90 cent bia wom Suzy Heba for your drink and for who pa ye 19 year bia ye nin shedan ko ho nemum sika wo tumi de titompa sika wo betumi atiska kese de akoto wo dam nkonwa no utie konwa no ma empampi no tumi sisa onan edi sisi nkonwa no ebinum 19 tumi ye rough ama papa ya ma omutumi de tete bedsheet timi srew bomodin na abrenia brebia be use sibi soap no bi edi aye pedicure ni manicure anase odi be yi 19 ni unasi fin eni unsemu fin na aboa na bibie tumi aye kama sibi soap no onipa dase ni bia wa asase so bia no betumi use ena afen so se oyo bia wa propro ye foot rot na obedi kan pe cotton o te cotton na kakra o de cotton no be bonsuo na we bie soap no so o de fafa ni boko ehuro bi beba cotton num fafa unan ni ntem no o de femu a 10 minutes per hohoro anase kona kodware nti me advice say abreni abrebia no so foot rot na be use sibi soap na use no bra wa ready anopa e bia opese wo akwadware uye no anopa ne anwumre a wo foot rot ni nyina ebeko eye mmoa na ewom e no mu didi unan ni ntem no apropro no enye ye nantem kwa na ye apropro tumi ye nsa ntem nyina ye won krofu bi wo Ghana ha adwuma omo ye enu nti abrebia na ne nsa da nsuo mu nti no omutumi nya insantem apropro ne bi sa oso wo sa ha no bi amesrew unya cotton eni sibi soap no bi a ti cotton ne kakra fa bo nsuo sa odi bo nsuo no wi a fa soap ne ni boko hro na beba cotton no mu no fa unsa ne ntem no mame eno so 10 minutes no wa hohoro uta ye na nopa eni anwumre bia so ha no nyina no ebe feel so na wade ho na bibia atumi aye fine
Sibi Heba soap. Amanfo agiato. Eye samra ye di hwe ye na ho edi na ho. Na me ni atronchiro akrobato. Mu na mama ya akrobato. Eti abibia me kanfo ade papa na de mama. Me anka se me yusubi. Mahu se me yusubi. Enipa me na mo di Sibi Heba soap mo das e doso. Obi asem o kan bia ya sem papa e hyen kran. Se akrobato samna na mo di bedwa so no see before the bedwa eye samna papa so wo nanti wo nase wo di basa so no yi ho nyina kakaka bo so wo na wa se akola foforo no adansi di na media ma wo mintimi nyi anipa bi anim ento ade bone ma wo because of my credibility. I'll never lie to you. Me peme man for asem na me dome man na me die menya no so me nye ready say message no anasem din keka bia be keka ho ne say sibi heba soap nko dia me gina dia that say eye papa tobi na be say disitie sibi ana Ghana ma any member yet don't want it. We always thank you very much.
Yeah, the herbs and yes sibi heba soap. Ya wondro no bebre wo hodom a ye de pedicure ne manicure o use a bra o use ne mo no na eno mo e ma o nenti na ye den by CB soap ntisa mo na o use CB soap no na e ma o nenti no e ye mbre fine any side effect bia
CB soap no metompa obi wo ha ono no o mane dia o be use shampoo we o hunu so na no wo de mana wo se no ane se wo de aye nipa ne nan na wo atwia na aye fine wo bia na wo se wo de wo foot bibi a massage no wo ye bi a massage na asa nti no ye easy e mom na ye adwuma so fine me pa cho wo wati sibi soap na wo so nhwe no bo modern na kope ba ko wo kun fi adwuma ba wo de mountain na fa ye ne na fa no bon komo wo bia twitwuma no na wo be hu se na wo ko na mbe
Me fa me pe enkanfo bibi mawo me fa me pe e ma wo nyi bibi ni preko pesa na Ghana ye nyina dan abi ansan me kam bibi no e fa duro ana bibi ni pa yusu di kono video na ni pa bia na abiefo agiato me akrobato aka who knows tomorrow me catch will say sibi heba soup no abiefo agiato they have proved that it's good for human being to use.
CB soap no pe bia to a uko drugstore, pharmacy, herbal shop, cosmetic shop. Just provision stores ahodo bebre wo Ghana hanom kra na omuton CB herbal soap no bu. Obetumi afre Suzy herbal fo ewo telephone numbers amede ba be ma we so. Ne edi kan no eye 0247 11 1671. Ne atusumi no ye 0246 578750. Near to Sumi and Saye 0240 952027. Meda Ashafonyina Ase.
Hello everyone, my name is Amalindate, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork Premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia Saudi da doabo mu nanso etim wodan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eye madan bia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet no be. Na wo dan do be gina so na yi ho. Your delivery services papa bia emfa ho ne for kwan wo Asatek bema wo can order between 3 and 5 working days. Wo VIP delivery services so a 1 day pe na wo can. Hwehwe Asatek achi kwan Watermark 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board Warehouse na ben Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo ben Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Volta region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank and Chen Hope. Asatek, sheltering you for life.
CB makeups now. Amaka correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. Who anymore? Oh, middle. He comes us back on CB makeups. Ah, you me see CB men capsules na make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules na ye nim ne dada. And one ya packaging na ye no
Wow! What a packaging. CB men, any CB women capsules no packaging is ah. And you also no mood any biansa na wakodo ben pegi.
Share painful. Any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go ni fie do ye. Enka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
John, wo fini new. Wow, ebe ye fe, edi wabwe juma. I check roofing na, oye fe wankasa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing sheets aba bebre nice keke. Why na catch you? Asatek roofing sheet die, enye nice keke o. With the board so eche yie, enwe na che. Na won colors ahodo fe bebre. No mo free roofing sheet no die. Wo nya dad wa bia o. Na so the board so ejire so pampe. Wo tumi so kiro mo se ne ope roofing sheet no. We twa de sama pepepe. Mamopo Asatek money there. One ma technical advice na estimate free. Our professional installers nso a your on-site installation. Ne boss kura da fam pa. Oh yes, quality ne bo da feminine.
Asatek 5 days pay na wonsa kan order. Na wo ye after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatek Watermark Community 2, Meridian Road, Cocoa Board Warehouse, Western Region so Asatek Takrade Anaji, ye ne Princeland Hotel and di hwene mu. And Volta Region ye wo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives.
I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early, and a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured, and I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast. A lump in your breast or your armpits, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatment, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
Malaria anti. You are yet to bono. Malaria there for you. Anti awo. I should the customers. When say mammy, I smart. Upper CB Malakio. I'm man the buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a pianisi berry market ni malaria anti. I want to and now Emma when we are at war. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And better one. And the CB Malagio. You didn't know. And now kick out bomb as soon as I CB Malagio. And no one so there. And I don't grow. And yet that shit.
A drawing your ma appeal for. About a woman for. Any quada won't you feed you.
Susiana. What would you with
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crato you mo adia to Muse and
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwen Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia so de dadwabo mu na so etim wodan no so a pampe amframa and ehum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eyama debia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say a wawufi. Use Asatek quality nail free long span roofing sheet to be. Now what dando be jinaso na yino. Or delivery services papa bia and for kwa Asatek Bema was can order between 3 and 5 working days. Or VIP delivery services so one day pay na wasaka. Pressure Asatek a chill kwai Watama Community 2 Meridian Road when you could board warehouse na bang Takrade if you kuma number 9 what pay if you kuma Fidelity Bank no Voter Regional so or wakache Tatome JN Bank and Chen Hope Asatek sheltering you for life.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Hello, God. Are you out there? Can you hear me? Are you listening anymore? Hello, God. If we're still on speaking terms, can you help me like before? I have questioned your existence. My resistance leaves me cold. Can you help me go the distance? Hello, God. Hello, hello. Oh, this old world has gone to pieces. Can we fix it? Is there time? Hate and violence just increases. We're so selfish, cruel and blind. We fight and kill each other in your name, defending you. Do you love some more than others? We're so lost and confused. Hello, God, are you out there? Can you hear us? Are you listening anymore? Hello, God, if we're still on speaking terms, can you help us like before? Oh, the free will you have given, we have made a mockery of. This is no way to be living. We're in great need of your love. Hello, can you grant us love enough to start again? Hello, God, is there still a chance that we can make amends? Hello, God, we've learned our lesson. Oh, God, don't let us go. Hello, God, now more than ever. Hello, God, hello, 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 God, we really need you. We can't make it without you. Hello, God, we beseech you in the name of all that's true. Hello, God, please forgive us, for we know not what we do. Hello, God, give us one more chance to prove ourselves to you. Hello, God, hello, God, hello, God, hello,
I will lift up mine eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from you, God. Yo, 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 yo. Maomi yeno makwego jinle. Nengme mi elike bua mo ajaba. Mi elike bua mo je Yehowa ngo. Oni bongwe nkashipon lengo. Maomi yeno makwego jinle. Nengbe mi elike bua mo ajaba. Mi elike bua mo je Yehowa ngo. Oni bongwe nkashipon lengo. Ehang boshane. Money bo oile e wo doing. Na Money boy Israel. A war we're doing. The asang a one biko. Yehovah our boy. Boy, while I she. Boy, koje come in by. Kajabenami, Kashina no fair. Yo. My help comes from you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. No makweko chile nengba mieli kabwa mwachaba mieli kabwa moja Yehowa ngo moni bo ngwen kashikole ngo ehang oshane moni bo ohele ewo wodoin na moni bo Israel ewo wodoin ni asang e won biko. Hey, Yehovah our boy. Hey boy, wala she. Hey boy, koje come in by. Kaje benami, kiashina no fe. Corona nyagbebo, noko nyagbebo. Yeah. Everybody let your voice say, you're one. You're one me. What Jimmy and Okamo. I tie your one me. You're one me. Imbemogo yosekra. What Jimmy and Okamo. I tie your me. Your me. Yo. I have no one but you, Jesus. Yeah. I tie your me. Your me. Yo. But Jimmy and Okamo. I try your me. Check it out, come on. Your me. Where would I be without you, Jesus? I try your me. I have no one but you, Jesus. Hey, what you mean? Oh, come on, hey. What you mean? Oh, come on. I have no one but you, Jesus. Hey. What you mean? Oh, come on, yeah. Hey. What you mean? Oh, come on. If ever come on, you'll say cry. Hey. What you mean? Oh, come on, yeah. What you mean? Oh, come on, yeah. I tie your me. Hey, I tie your me. come through for your people tonight, oh God. Somebody needs a miracle from you, God. Somebody's crying out for a breakthrough, God. Eh, chatayo wami. Eh, chatayo wami. Chatayo wami. Crying out to you, Jesus, because we know our help comes from you alone. Our help comes from you alone, oh God. I say, oh, yo, 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 why me? Yo, 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 yo. Say, oh,
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at the work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I'll entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Sibi makeup now. I'm correct. Why your best mankasa?
That's it.
Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures about one man. CB men capsules. Me see CB men capsules and America.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules. Now, you knew the dada. And one year packaging I had.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do ben pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie du yen. En ka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA adi edwede nkato yatu.
John, who fini wow, Eddie wabwejuma. I check a roofina, or you fell one casa from Asatec. Oh, na same roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catch you? Asatec roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and rina check. They want a calisa who go for fair be bray. No no free roofing sheet no dear. Who near that will be out. Now so the bodan swa a year supampe. What means to trauma send your open roofing sheet no? You try the salmon pepe. Mama po Asatec money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers so aware your on-site installation. Ni boss kura da pa. Oh yes, quality ni bo da feminine. Asatec 5 days pay na won kan order na wo year after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatec Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region so Asatec Takrade Anaji, Yene Princeland Hotel and di hwene mu. And na Volta Region yewo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
Good morning. Hello there. I hope you're doing well. I am. It's a lovely Tuesday morning, the 12th of October, 2021, year after what we call the Corona year, and we stay still strong. June has come. It's come by June, Abako. We are still here. We're still strong. We're still well. And I hope you're doing well. I hope wherever you are, the favor of God is shining upon you. You are well, you are alive, you are kicking, and you're here with me, ready to hear an inspirational quote, of course, and then afterwards to go through the newspaper headlines with me, and then the newspaper stories, the discussions. If you haven't gotten your cup of hot coffee or hot tea or whatever beverage suits your taste, then do so, because in our part here in Accra, it's raining. It is raining and it's cold, and when it's cold, something hot always is the best choice and advice. So get something hot and get yourself positioned while we take you through the headlines. But before that, my word of inspiration to you this morning is that dare to be different. dare to be different. Dare to be different in your speech. Dare to be different even in your thoughts, and dare to be different in your actions. Where people are complaining, dare to be a grateful person, to show appreciation at all times. Dare to see the good around you, the good in each other, in other people, and then you'll be able to appreciate them, and then you will be different, and then you will see the good things that God has in store for us. Dare to think different, think positive, no matter the mistakes, the errors of the past, no matter the guilt that creeps in sometimes. Try your best when it comes, because we are human, it will come. When it comes, push it out and say, I'm a positive person, I'm different, so I will think differently. And if you think differently, obviously it will impact the way you act, and you will begin to act differently. Where people are stingy, dare to be generous. Where people are seeing negatives, and perhaps you're saying that the country is difficult, the economy is hard, and what you can still dare to be different. The little you do can go a long way to impact others. Remember, that small stone you throw into the river will create a ripple effect. So dare to be different. That's my word of inspiration coming from Lady Julia to you on the AM Ghana show. It's still Adoatv, where we bring good things to life. We will be back after this short message from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
CB will make up now. I'm correct. What's your best mankasa? That's it. You want oh, middle. You captures back on CB men capsules. Me see CB men capsules and make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the data. And 1 year packaging I
wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go di fie do ye. Enka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Hello, this is Dr. Josephine Nsafo from the Breast Unit Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This year also we are partnering with Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. October is here again. Breast Cancer Awareness Month 2021. The message hasn't changed. Early detection and effective treatment save lives. I hope you've been doing your monthly breast self-examination throughout the year. So I'm just here to remind you that it's time to get your annual breast screening done. And for women 40 years and above, you need to do your mammogram. Breast scans are also very useful for women of all ages. And Sonotech is giving up to 50% discount this year at their Osu, West Hills, and Tema branches. Every year, the breast unit sees about 400 new cases of breast cancer, including a few men, in addition to those already living with the disease. Unfortunately, almost 70% of these are already advanced. This is because people do not come early, and a lot are trying natural, herbal, and alternative remedies which do not work. So we have a lot of unnecessary deaths. But for those who do come early with effective treatments, they have been cured, and I'm happy to say that we have a lot of breast cancer survivors with us. So remember to look for changes in your breast, a lump in your breast or your armpits, and a dimple, a rash, a sore, nipple discharge, especially when it's bloody. And remember that when breast cancer starts, it's usually not painful. Early detection is key. And with effective treatment, should you be diagnosed with breast cancer, your life will be saved. Stay safe.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Your beverage is brewing now, and let's dive straight into our newspaper headlines. I have truth and I have accuracy every day, including today, from Daily Graphic, issue number 21,716. Yes, it's Tuesday, October 12th, 2021, and we have two big captions here. It says, I am relieved. Mr. Mahama Ayariga, NDC member of Parliament for Boko Central, says, and as he expresses joy as SP, the special prosecutor, drops charges against him. That story is on page 13. I don't know if I should go a little into it for you, just to whet your appetite a bit. Okay, so on page 13 of the Daily Graphic, the National Democratic Congress member of Parliament for Boku Central, Mr. Mahama Ayariga, has expressed great relief over the decision by the special prosecutor, Mr. Kisi Ajibeng, to discontinue a criminal case against him. The SP yesterday undertook his first prosecutorial, is that correct? Prosecutorial, okay, duty since he assumed office last August by filing a novel prosecutor a law for Nyomowezi at the Accra High Court to drop all charges against the legislator who was standing trial on accusation of using his office to evade taxes. So in dropping the charges against the MP, Mr. Ajibeng said going ahead with the trial would be a complete waste of time, as the evidence available could not be used to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt, which was the standard in criminal trials. Okay, great relief for Mr. Mahama Ayariga. He does say it. He's honest about it. I am relieved. So the second big story here says 4 parties support LGBTQI plus bill. So 4 more parties coming to support. 4 political parties have expressed their support for the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021, which seeks to criminalize lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex activities in the country. A 5th party, however, has said it is against the bill in its entirety and that it should be thrown out of Parliament. The parties in support of the bill are the National Democratic Congress, the Convention's People Party, CPP, the National Democratic Party, NDP, and the All People's Congress, APC, while the Liberal Party of Ghana, LPG, that's not gas, LPG, Liberal Party of Ghana, is opposed to the bill. So you read more on that on page 3 of the Daily Graphic. President receives Serbia's highest award. President receives Serbia's highest award, and that story is on page 16 and 17. I'm sure it will come up in other of the newspapers, so we'll read it as when it comes. And page 13 holds this story that National Petroleum Authority removes fuel levies, so prices are to reduce. For more on that story is on page 13. I jump onto the back of the Daily Graphic and it says 3 arrested for alleged murder and sale of body. 3 arrested for alleged murder and sale of bodies. And I think this is what we want to be hearing, that whenever there are crimes like this, it follows up with an arrest, or even if we hear of it, we hear of their arrest as well as the crimes. We want to be hearing more of this because we know we cannot totally wipe out crime, but when the arrests are made, then we know that we are heading somewhere. It is minimizing crime. I don't know if you have anything to say on this, Sam, if you have any view.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, okay. So, Budumburam is back in the news again. It says Budumburam camp demolition, on hold. I thought it was already completed. Now I'm seeing on hold. So the government has put on hold the intended demolition of the Gomwa Budumburam refugee camp to give the Ghana Refugee Board (GRB) some time to evacuate about 400 Liberian refugees from the place. The executive secretary of the GRB, Mr. Tete Paddy, said the refugees would evacuate to a refugees camp in a western region once the shelters being renovated for occupation were ready. So there's more again on that story. Eviction notice, government is sensitive, harboring criminals also, except on these subtopics there. So you can grab a copy of your daily graphic, and read through. And then on sports, it says that Black Stars seek double over Warriors today. Black Stars seek a double over Warriors today. So Coach Milovan Rajevac might maintain his starting lineup as the Black Stars contend with the Warriors of Zimbabwe in the return leg of the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier in Harare at 1 p.m. today. Coach Rajevac gambled with debutants. I hope that's how you call them. Debutants, okay. Goalkeeper Jojo Wallacott and young winger Abdul Fatao Isahaku in last Saturday's first leg in Cape Coast, which paid off. Got that in time. Which paid off as the duo made an impact in the Stars 3-1 home victory. There is improved performance. Yes, and as we said yesterday, if you listened to us, the issues in the Black Stars are not over yet, but we believe that game after game, they will continue to perfect, they will continue to also correct, and our hopes will not be dashed. We'll have something good to jubilate about. That's how I wrap up for the daily graphic. So I'm introducing Sam Kusi. He's joined me to help with the newspaper headline. So Sam, what you have?
All right, I have the new crusading guide, and government will protect Ghana's religious and cultural values. NPP assures Ghanaians. And Gomwa Fete elders and kingmakers halt funeral of late self-styled chief. And those were exposed railway authority in land grabbing spree. And then the ruling in favor of Opuni contains fundamental errors. Correct them. Attorney General is urging the Supreme Court. English Yalata declares ni ahuma kojo James. English Alata declares ni ahuma kojo Jamestown chief. Okay, now I understand it now. And let me quickly read some sports news. And it says UEFA is interested in the money, not players' well-being. Teboko twice speaking. Gabonese referee to officiate WAC of Morocco versus Accra House of Folk in Casablanca. Accra House of Folk opens accreditation for Accra House of Folk versus Wydad Athletic Club. And the Jojo Wallacott, it's a product of proper scouting. That's it for the new crusading guide.
Okay, the daily graphic has as a screaming headline: NDC suspends guru over incest. Yes, over incest. If you heard us yesterday reading about Emmanuel Kwesi Dawood, who committed incest, got the underage, the daughter pregnant, and furthered it up with an abortion as well. Well, NDC suspends him, and police is also chasing him as well. The other stories making headlines: Akufo-Addo, one of the wisest, that's coming from the Serbian president, and the story is on page 3. Government absorbs fuel levies as well, and that story is on page 9. Nane's daughter finds love in Jume's son. I don't know why that would be of concern to Daily Guide, but the story is on page 8 for those that are concerned. 21st Clinic boss wins big, and we have a picture of Dr. Blessed Foster. Dr. Blessed Foster, and that story again is on page 9. On the back page, beats them again. Envoy tells Stars as they battle Zimbabwe today. Okay, and Tadi Bronya Marathon returns in December. So that will be it. Okay, that will be it for the daily guide. Grab a copy.
Well, Ghanaian Times is here, and we are against LGBTQ plus activities. Catholic bishops restate position. And then President Akufo-Addo is here. President decorated with Serbia's highest state honor at ceremony in Belgrade. Elsewhere, court adjourns number 1's case to November 22. And MPA removes price stabilization levies on petrol, diesel, LPG for 2 months. Okay, let's educate young men to respect and protect girls. That's an opinion here. And in sports, Neymar, next World Cup will be my last. Panama stand US, that is United States, in 2022 World Cup qualifier. And the FA rolls out FIFA Connect program. That's on the local front. Damba urges Black Stars to keep clean sheet against Warriors. And RTU signed 14 new players. Behind, we have the Stars chase double over the Warriors. And Lands Ministry inaugurates advisory board for large-scale mining. That is it for the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Yeah.
Okay, so the Chronicles, that's the true independent. Still on the anti-LGBTQI plus issues, we have a picture of Mr. K.T. Hammond, MP for Adanse Asokwa, saying no MP can vote against anti-gay bill. No MP can vote against the anti-gay bill, and the story is on pages 2 and 3 of the Chronicle. AG, Attorney General, tells the Supreme Court ruling in Oponi case contained fundamental mistakes. Ruling in Opuni case contained fundamental mistakes, and government suspends price stabilization and recovery levies on fuel, and that story is on page 7. We have a picture of the NPA boss, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, right there, and the story that is making people happy, Ghanaians happy, is that of Sam Nate George, the MP for Ningo Pram, as he tells CNN, Jata tells CNN, you can't bring US culture to Ghana. You can't bring US culture to Ghana. And what does the Chronicle have to say in sports? Black Stars eye top sports in Group G. Well, they are playing Zimbabwe in the return leg today. I have it here as 2, and in the previous paper it was 1. Whichever it is, we will wait for that match. Bafana aim to complete double also over Ethiopia. Namibia, Senegal battle for 3 points today. Also at 2 o'clock today. Alright, so that will be it for the Chronicles, the Umkhonto Wesizwe Sphere of the Nation. Grab your copy.
Alright, the Daily Statesman is here, and Baumia calls for more efficient legal system. That's a good call. Baumia calls for more efficient legal system. Relief for fuel consumers as government suspends 2 fuel levies. The NPA executive is also here, Dr. Mustafa. Serbian President laws Akufo-Addo for decisive leadership. And the AG challenges Supreme Court on Opuni trial. AG challenges Supreme Court on Opuni trial. Okay, Special Prosecutor dropped case against Mahama Ayarega over lack of evidence. Special Prosecutor drops case against Mahama Ayarega over lack of evidence. GTA appeals for government intervention in tuna industry, and that is the Ghana Tuna Association. They are calling on the government for some interventions. All right, that's good. Okay, so let's quickly move to some sports and wrap it up here. Mbappe gives France comeback win in Nations League final against Spain. And free agent Saddam Suli pens 3-year deal with Omani side Dofa. Brazil drop first qualifying points away to Colombia. And that's it for the Daily Statesman on Tuesday, October 12th.
And so that's how we wrap up with the newspaper headlines. Stay tuned for more. There's going to be a discussion on the major stories that made up the newspaper headlines. Sam Kusi will be with our guest very soon, right after this break. Don't go anywhere. You do want to hear their views to make your objective standpoint. So wait on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at the work premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
CB makeups now. I'm not correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures about one CB makeups. Me see CB makeups and I make a year. Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew me that and 1 year packaging I am the wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi. Share up him for any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie do ye. Enka ho. Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Breast cancer is very scary and all, but for some reason, a lot of women think that it could never happen to them. October is here again. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've come to know that breast cancer is the one cancer that's killing more women than any other cancer in women. This means that all of us need to be concerned and all of us need to take the requisite steps to ensure that we get screened, know whether or not we have anything to be concerned about, and most importantly, know that there is a cure. Breast cancer can be treated and is best when it's detected early. So take advantage of this Breast Cancer Awareness Month and go and get screened. There's free screening available. If you go to Sonotech in Accra, in their branches at the West Hills Mall in Tema or Osu, you can get your screening done for absolutely no fee at all. Also, if you'd like to do a mammogram or an ultrasound, you get it as a good discount during the month of October. It's time for all of us to get tested. Let us get screened. Let us know whether or not we have anything to be concerned about. And most importantly, let us know that if you do have any signs of breast cancer, the earlier it's detected, the better it is for you, your family, and your loved ones. This year, I'm happy to partner with Sonotech during the Breast Cancer Awareness Month to get more and more women interested in taking steps to know whether or not we have anything to be concerned about. Stay safe and get screened. My name is Na Shoko. I'm a broadcaster.
John, Ufinyo. Wow, Eddie, Wabwejuma. I check Rufina, or you fell one cassa from Asatek. Oh, Nasem, roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catcher? Asatek roofing sheet, dear, and your nice keke, with the bodan swa a chee, and Rinache. They want to call us a hood of a fair bray. No free roofing sheet, no dear. Who hear that will be out? Now, so the bodan swa, a hero supampe. What means which Roman send your open roofing sheet? You try the summer of pepe. Mama poor Asatek money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers nso a your on-site installation ne boss crowd da from pa. Oh yes, quality and new da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na unsa kan order na we year after sales service proper binso. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2 Meridian Road Ebenkoko Board Warehouse Western Region. So Asatek Takrade Anaji yene Princeland Hotel ene di hwenimu and Volta Region yewo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so wa.
Malaria and tea. You are yet more bono. Malaria, therefore, yao. Enti awo. Ashene customers. When you say, Mammy, I am smart. Ape CB Malakio. I'm man the buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a Janisi berry market ni malaria and tea. I want to mean. And now Emma will be around to walk. So we malaria test. Maybe one. And better one. And the CB Malakio. You do not. And now you can't bomb a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so dear. And I don't grow. And yet that shit.
A drawing near my appeal for about a woman for any quada won't feed you.
Susiana. What would you with
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crack to you adia to Musa again.
Hello everyone, my name is Adoatv, a proud ambassador for Sonotech's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's hashtag Pinktober, hashtag Sonotech Goes Pink. Now from the 1st October to the 31st of October 2021, at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech, Tema, Osu and West Hills Malls, we are gathering together to get free screening. Yes, I said it's free. And that's not all we have for you. We also have 20% off mammogram testing and 50% off ultrasound. Let's go pink from October the 1st to the 31st, 2021 at Osu, Tema, and West Hills Mall, all Sonotech branches. We are giving hope to save a life. See you there.
Yeni Masatek, so we are kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwena Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia so de dadoabo mu nanso etimu dan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eya matai bia, say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, sorry, ana say wa ufi. Use Asatec quality nail free long span roofing sheet no be. Na wo dan do be gina so na yi ne ho. Wo delivery services papa bia. Emfa ho ne for akwan wo Asatec bema wo can order between 3 and 5 working days. Wo VIP delivery services so a one day pe na wo can. Hwehwe Asatec achi kwan Watermark 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board Warehouse na ben Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo ben Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Volta region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank and Chen Hope Asatec sheltering you for life.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
It's AM Ghana here on Adoatv Television, and as acknowledged, our sponsor Sonotech Diagnostics and Medical Center. We are in the breast cancer month, and so you can see on our screen in our studios advocating for early treatment. In fact, we are sending out information in case you feel any unusual or you have any unusual feelings within those. Okay, let's take another quick time. We'll be back right shortly.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety, offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Back and sorry there for that quick break, but then we are sponsored and supported by Sonotech Diagnostics and Medical Center. The October month is always designated to advocate and inform, especially our mothers, our sisters, our wives, our young sisters, and our ladies about breast cancer and its effects on their lives. Let us save ourselves whilst we can. Let us, as much as we can, use this information we are sharing to detect early the signs that could possibly harm us in the future. And let us run straight to Sonotech Diagnostics and Medical Center so that they can help us. In fact, they can do all the scans that you can ever think of medically and detect whatever problem that you may be facing as far as breast cancer is concerned. Early detection is key, so don't sit home and then let it get to a point where you have no option than to get your one part of your breast taken off. It is not the best. So let us be informed about breast cancer. Throughout the month of October, Adoatv is bringing you different programs that would be educating you and be informing you as far as breast cancer is concerned. We are very, very much concerned about the early detection so that Sonotech Diagnostics Center can help you. Locate them at Usu. Their contact numbers are always displayed on our screen, and then you can call them as soon as possible. Verna mineral water. It is raining, of course. It is raining. The weather is cold, but we still have to keep our immune system as strong as we can. Verna mineral water has the essential mineral that would make sure that your immune system is constantly boosted. We need water in our bodies. It is the water that is designed with you in mind. So kindly get Verna mineral water. You can use it for every form of occasion, wedding parties, chest service, funeral. In fact, you can also use it in home. We use some at Adoatv, and I recommend Verna mineral water for you as well. Now, lastly, if you want the safest flight in the world, you are going to the RwandAir. RwandAir flies from Ghana to Kigali, South Africa, so many countries that you can never think of. I flew one just recently, and trust me, their services are top notch. So you want to go there, and they have cheap rates as well. Wherever you are going to, you can afford them, and they are quality. So they are a quality that you can afford. And on top of it all is how safe it is. How safe it is to fly RwandAir. So kindly go to their offices or call them. They have beautiful service personnel are waiting you to attend to you. Customer service top notch. In fact, everything is top notch with Air Rwand. So kindly go to them and then let them sort you out on all your travels and itineraries that you may be having. Thank you very much for joining us, CM Ghana, once again. This is the time we get to discuss issues as far as Ghana is concerned with gentlemen in the studio. So today I'm doing this with Mr. Ishan. Mr. Ishan is a communications person for the National Democratic Congress. The National Democratic Congress, the NDC, as well as Mr. Owusu-Bonda. Yes, Mr. Owusu-Bonda Eric. He also speaks for the NPP, so team or communications team member for the NPP. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope I got the names right. Thank you, and welcome once again. The rank.
I love the rank. So.
Oh, really? Sorry. My producers didn't give me the rank. Producers,
no
why
problem.
did you?
Yes, no
Why you? But I would love to hear it.
Staff sergeant
Oh,
retired.
staff sergeant.
Yeah.
Staff sergeant retired.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
It's okay. It's good.
It's good. No, next time I won't forget it. Next time I won't. That is.
He didn't like it and he left.
Oh, really?
He abandoned it.
Okay, that's interesting. But thanks, gentlemen, for making it. Yesterday we had some good news. I don't know how it is. Someone told me that sometimes when you are hard pressed, the least of reliefs becomes a very big thing for you. So we had some good news as far as fuel consumers are concerned, because there was some levies that were taken off, and even though it's for the interim, we do not know whether it will continue for a very long time. But even though it's for the interim, I mean, the news came as some refreshing news and some relief for us consumers and everybody who consumes fuel. Today, going or scanning the newspapers, you could see the story is everywhere. So the Daily Statesman captures it. It says relief for fuel consumers as government suspends 2 fuel levies. Relief for fuel consumers as government suspends 2 fuel levies. Another Daily Guide captures is that government absorbs fuel levies. Ghanaian Times says NPA removes price stabilization levies on petrol, diesel, LPG for 2 months. And the Daily Graphic says NPA removes fuel levies. Chronicle says government suspends price stabilization and recovery levies on fuel. And so you see how I don't know whether I say important this is to everybody, because when a particular event is captured by almost all our portals, news portals, then you realize that it's quite a refreshing news and quite an important statement. Let me start with you, Mr. Ishan. Mr. Ishan, I believe you have seen the story, you have followed it as well.
Yes, I have, my brother. And
let me find out. We have been crying for quite some time as far as fuel prices are concerned. I mean, generally, fuel prices. Almost every week, I think we got to a certain month or some few months, almost every week we were seeing increases in fuel prices. We had issues with that, and I mean, consumers were always agitating. I think we should also positively agitate when our cries are also perhaps heard and then something done about it.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'd like to greet the good people of Kwale Klote and the NDC family in general this morning. I pray that as the rains are on us this morning, they all take care, especially the people of Odona area where it's a flood-prone area. We hope that they will be safe so that we don't get to hear any bad news. Yes. Bro, just like you yourself started, in fact, this should have been a good news. It should have been something that we should all be celebrating by now, especially much commuters and also the general public should be celebrating. But believe you me, it's not going to have any impact as you want us to have, in the sense that, like you rightly mentioned, we've been having a consistent increment of fuel prices, of which there isn't even an announcement about it. It's just that you get to the pump station only to find that some cedi or some pesos have been added to it, and then you just have to buy because so like I said, this should have been something that we should all be celebrating. But you see, we live in a country where development precedes planning. Now we are being told that these levies are being removed for 2 months.
Yes, and the president has actually approved it
for 2 months.
Let's say after the advice of the NPA chiefs.
Yeah.
And so it's going to go to parliament and
for 2 months
in the coming days.
Exactly. So, boss, look, this, you know our country and how bureaucratic we can be. By the time stakeholder consultations, how to arrive at what price and everything, and the 2 months has expired. And since over my 40 years of life, I've not seen prices go down anywhere.
No, another thing is this: the 2 months will only be effective when all these consultations are done, and then I mean the prices has been agreed.
Yeah, I'm just saying
so
that the prices are not being removed altogether.
Yes,
they are only being removed for a 2 months period, a 2 months window.
Yeah.
And if you read the other newspapers, you see that even GPRTU and the rest are already saying that commuters should not expect any price reduction. And so it's going to run across everywhere. That there isn't going, we are not going to see any reduction or anything. Probably what we might not have, or what we might have, is that our prices will not be changing every week in this next 2 months period.
But for the GPRTU, they are going to be the biggest beneficiaries. I mean, prices go down. You don't reduce your fares, so you still maintain your fares and still buy fuel at
but that's the point. Prices have been fuel prices have increased over a 40 times period, and their prices their fares have increased only twice. You see, the way the fuel prices increase, you go some 10 pesos, some 15 pesos, some 20 pesos. They cannot also be changing their fares every day or every week and all that. So let's just say this is a fall for them that they will also enjoy within the period. I would have wished that most of the stakeholder consultations and meetings be rather done, so that if you are going to have a relief, at least a quarter or 2 quarters or maybe a year. But for 2 months period, I know my brother staff here will know that it will not amount to anything. It's not going to really do much.
If you say it will not amount to anything, is it in the pockets of the consumer?
Yes,
because if today, for instance, this was a fuel bottle, and then we were buying at, let's say, 1 cedi, and it's being reduced to 80 pesos.
Trust me, it's not going to come down. What is going to happen? You can sit here in the after all this is done, wait for it for like a month, just a month, and come back and sit here and be honest. You will realize that the only thing we are going to actually benefit is probably that you will not go there today and go there the following morning to see that the 15 pesos has been added. But if it's already, let's say, 1 cedi 15 pesos now, it's not going to come down.
Okay.
That is
the
what
purpose is to just stabilize
it for just the 2 months. And believe me, something will come up to justify why it will not go down, because the fuel stations and all that will also be telling you, the OMCs and all that will also be telling you that they've been losing all this while. They've been trying to also take in some of the costs in order not to push all this onto the consumers. And so with government coming in with such a relief, it's also kind of pushing them a bit. Not that the final consumer is going to really benefit from it per se. So like I said, it's good news. Like you said, half a loaf is better than nothing anyway. So we will take it, and we'll ask, like Oliver Twist, we will ask the government that if they could be extended, maybe a quarter, some 6 months or a year, then Ghanaians will just feel that, okay, with all these COVID issues and all that, government is becoming a listening one, like the incoming president John Mahama will do.
Okay, John Mahama is not in yet, but you know you are already aware he will be a listening president.
No, that's okay. He's shown it before.
Okay,
yes,
right, okay, that's good. But thank you for that. But let me come to you, Mr. Wanda. Now, 16 pesos for or per liter on petrol, 14 pesos per liter on diesel, 14 pesos per kilogram on LPG will not be applied for that period, thereby reducing the price of aforementioned prices to cushion consumers. What do you make of this?
Thank you, my brother. Let me say good morning to your listeners. Always I say that some of us are privileged to be on your platform, looking at how the country is. I don't think we are the wisest people. It is by grace that we've been called on your platform to share our ideas. let me say good morning to His Excellency the President, Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo, and the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia. Coming from my central and Otusenya East, I need to say good morning to Obatampa, the only mother in Ghana politics. Obatampa Hawakumsin, Honorable Hawakumsin.
He's the only mother in Ghana politics.
Where I am coming from.
Okay. In your
I speak for myself.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought Rebecca Akufo-Addo was also a mother in Ghana politics.
No, she said
Ewutusenya. I said coming from Ewutusenya.
No problem. Go ahead.
Thank you. And then the last time I visited your station,
I get messages from there a lot.
Yes, yes. We listen to you, Ewutusenya. Yes. I mentioned that our MCE nominee, I pleaded with the assembly members to endorse her so that she can work hand in hand with the Honorable MP so that things will move on well. Thankfully, they gave her overwhelming victory, 94.7. And so we are grateful to them. We are grateful to the assembly members, and a good morning to her as well, and congratulations to her, Honorable Anita Love Obo Emisa. My brother, it's interesting. It's interesting. He ended well, but I don't know if we have calculator. My brother is saying that it will not have any impact. 16 pesos time 10,000 liters. How much will we get? It's around 1,600, and 1,600 cannot make any change in the country. Is that what my brother is telling us? Look, we say that.
He's saying that.
Yes.
Even though 1,600 may make changes, I mean, people have paid more for so long that. If you look at what we have been, I mean, if you accumulate whatever we have been paying so much more and you bring in 1,600, significantly, it doesn't really reduce it.
But we always start from somewhere.
Because, for instance, if I have paid, let's say, 5,000 cedis, 6,000 cedis, that I wasn't expecting to pay, and then you say you have reduced it by 1,600, I'm still paying 4,000.
So going forward, if you've paid 5,000. And then now you've been cushioned with 1,600. Definitely you have something.
Yeah, exactly. But the 5,000 wasn't something that I was expecting to do.
And then something has come, thankfully, or you will have to continue to pay the 5,000.
No.
Yes. So you see, a listening president. You know, this was an advice by the MPA.
Yes.
Through the Energy Ministry, and then. In fact, I'm not surprised that the Serbian president, yes, well. they've honored him with. They say he's the wisest person or something. I'm yet to read that story.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. You see, the president has a listening ears. He knows what we are going through. Though we are okay, everything is fine. We are not in heaven anyway, but the little challenges that we face. Maybe my brother is using a car. He knows how when you go to the filling station, what you go through, the fuel you buy. If today an appeal has been presented to the president that he should look at it, because it is not from here, you know, it's from the world market. And so, if by this petition or appeal or advice, the president has listened to the plea, and he said, no, my people, I need to do something for them, though it has not been reduced at the world market, but there is something that I can do here. And so, the president has taken off, hooping the petrol, the diesel, and then the LPG. Yeah. Yes, 16 pesos, 14 pesos, and then 14 pesos.
I think 216 pesos.
Yes, my brother, this, we should praise the president. We should say thank you, Mr. President. It's not easy.
after the constant increase in it. You know, there's this argument
that is not coming from him.
There is this understood, but I mean that is why we have some economic management team.
Yes.
The purpose for a management team is to manage the economy, so that when there are price adjustments, whether down or up, we know that the effect on the citizens becomes minimal. As far as price increase in petrol is concerned, the effect on citizens has not been minimal over the past, let's say, 1 year or so. So there is this argument that there is somebody who tries to squeeze you, okay? Tie both of your hands behind you, ties your leg, suffocates you, and then says that, okay, because you are struggling, let me just release one part, and then decide to allow you to breathe. And because you are hard pressed, that fresh air, 2 seconds fresh air would come in handy for you. So isn't that the case?
You see, the picture you are portraying now looks as if it is the president who is doing all this.
No, I said there is this argument like that.
You know, with the deregulation, the prices from the world market directly affect the prices, and it's not from the president.
Exactly.
And so the only thing His Excellency can do is to see what he can do to subsidize it internally. You understand? And then there is a management. And so if they present to him, His Excellency, this is what we think. Because the prices, we know it is not coming from you, it is not internal, it is from the world market. And so we think that with the levies on ABC, if it is zeroed, yes, at least it can have an impact.
Yeah.
The people can have some kind of reduction. And I'm told, I don't know, they will work hand in hand with the ministry, the MPA, and then quickly, yes, and then the finance ministry, so that at least, yes, it will start soon. Yes.
Quicken the legislative process to give it.
And we are hoping that a reduction will take place, so that some of us who buys fuel all the time, or at least will have some ease. So we are grateful to the president. He's done well. He has listened to his people. And so we are hoping that even more suggestions will go to him, and then subsequently, if it is okay for him to approve, he will do that.
Let me come to Mr. Shen. Mr. Shen, if you follow this, the outlook of prices on the global markets definitely, like Mr. Bonda was saying, shows an up. That things are going up, an upward trend, and therefore, like he said, if it is going up on the global market, unless you have some millions of dollars stacked somewhere, that is where you can decide not to adjust yourself to what's happening globally. So isn't it an issue of it is really not anybody's doing that fuel prices go up, but we are just adjusting as the world market also does, or as we are thrown or we are hit by what is going on the world market, so that we also appreciate whatever the management team of the NPA, the energy ministry are doing, rather than thinking that this is just something to one of those things that we always say.
Well, we shouldn't confuse the issues. You see, we are talking about, in this reduction, the newspaper reportage that you've read, did you hear anything or read anything that government is absorbing some of the costs?
He's taking off the levies.
The levies. So the problem is the levies. The levies are what is contributing. It's not about the upward surge of prices.
What brings about the levies?
The levies is what government is trying to make from the system.
Exactly.
Okay, the levies is what. So if government is a listening one, what government does, like what happened in 2020, for government to say that, okay, because of COVID and all that, if we're paying this, let me take it off, the electricity and all those things and stuff. That is where government gets money from, for development and all that. So a not so lazy government will decide that, okay, this is an easy way of getting money from. And like you rightly pointed out to my brother here, it's been a year plus of all this as a constant daily increment, and all this while When did the president remove the wax from his ears? Because these complaints have been coming up, and then people have been complaining that it's
but like you said, we need these levies to.
No, I'm just saying. I know, but I'm trying to say it's so strange.
Who even introduced the levies?
You see, it's so strange that a government that told us when they were in opposition that the levies that had been introduced by the former was a lazy man's approach, it's a nuisance and all that, comes back to even increase it and keeps it there for all these years, and then only one morning, like you asked him, wakes up and says, I have taken 2 levies. It has nothing to do with international market prices, or it's about our levies. And government suddenly, whether it's being populist or whatever, has just said that, okay, now I think the pressure is getting.
When I mentioned international upward prices, when I mentioned the global upward prices trend, it means that prices go up, okay, and definitely it's going to affect what we do here.
Yeah.
So you take off the levies, so that because one, prices go up, you also have to increase, you also have to go up, but then there are still the levies. Let's just take the levies off. Of course, that's what, so that we don't.
Yeah. So when prices come down, do we reduce our levies? No, and that's why I'm saying that this has nothing.
It will make sense when prices come down.
My brother just attempted to deceive all of us by talking about bringing the concept of international prices going up and all. It has something. The government did not say I'm absorbing the cost of it. It just says I'm taking the levies.
Because meaning the prices are going up.
Meaning that these levies could have been taken off some 6 months ago, some 8 months ago, and then. But that's why I say that for me, I think, like I said, development precedes planning here in Ghana when it should have been the other way around. Now, we are even being told that they are now, president has approved, but they are now going to meet stakeholders. Shouldn't they have met stakeholders?
Tell us when it was introduced.
No,
tell us when the levy was
introduced. It was introduced under the SY government, the NDC government. And I'm saying that there was a reason for it. And then when it came, like you said, it was a nuisance tax then to you. We are 5 years into your government. Is it still a nuisance tax? If it's still a nuisance tax, why is it still there?
The nuisance taxes, they took it off when they.
That's what they said. No, they mentioned this was part of it.
Okay.
Why is it still there? Because when they came, they saw the sense in it and decided to keep it. And I'm just saying that, you see, governments try to do things for its people because government is for the people and the people for the government. So when people were complaining, for a long time now, people have been complaining. This incessant increment at the pump stations and all that is getting too awkward, too absurd. Government do something about it. They turn a blind eye, like he's telling us now. The waxes were there, and all of a sudden, somebody removes the waxes for some whatever reasons, and we are supposed to applaud them. I'm just saying that it's a good call. We appreciate what the president has done. We wish he had done it early on, but better late than never. But we are also pleading, like Oliver Twist, we are saying that we wish that this will be a 6 months period, or because take that nuisance levy out and government will suffer. That's why he's just doing 2 months and not 6 months and not 1 year. You understand? Okay. So we are pleading that if it could go for like some 6 months or maybe probably a year, or maybe, I have always said that I'm not an oil expert or a petrol expert or so, but I'm looking at a future possibly whereby if prices come down, it should also come down at the pump stations. Okay. Because all we see is an increment or a stabilize for a month or two, then it just goes, it never comes down. And that's why for me.
Why are you jumping the gun?
No, I'm saying that I'm not jumping the gun. I'm using my history to predict my future. And I'm saying that, look, even the paper was so clear to the point that this is just for a 2 months period. It's not like, okay, we will review it later. If we've been given a timeline, clear timeline, 2 months. So even if you are going to make a windfall out of it, it's just going to be 2 months. And like you said, if I planned my budget as a company or whatever, I've planned my company and I know that I was going to spend between 1,000 and 1,200 on fuel. And now this incessant increment at the pumps has made me be spending 6,000 plus everything. 1,500 or whatever would really still put me in my negative. I'm still in my red. So yes, it's a relief, But it's not really a relief that will send me going home to sleep soundly. But more, like I said, we can only appreciate and ask the government to do more.
My brother,
you want
see,
to finish that so that
yes,
we can move on.
These people, whatever you do, they will never appreciate it.
They are Ghanaians. I mean, they want better life.
And who introduced the levies? Is it not them? So do they even have the moral right to talk about it?
So the levy is bad.
Oh, my brother.
No, we
You
want
see-
to know. Ghanaians want to know.
You see-
People want to know.
you see-
the levy is bad, and another is still keeping it 5 years.
I've not mentioned anything like the levy.
No, but you
was
said
bad
you don't
or
have
not.
the right to
I am-
even talk
You
about it.
introduce it.
And you came to continue.
And then he even said something. But let me ask you, when the COVID-19 interventions was introduced, what happened to it after the timeline?
It was extended.
Yes. And so he should wait for
perhaps, after the
the
2
listening
months.
president, the president who knows what his children goes through, and then let this process start. If he thinks that there is a need for an extension, definitely he will do it. He has done it before, my brother. The president has done it before. I can only say that we are grateful to him. In fact, I don't know whether he buys fuel or something. I don't know.
He does.
Yes.
He definitely buys.
So he should be praising the president for this initiative.
But that's the president's responsibility. Make lives better for Ghanaians. Why?
But they couldn't make life better.
That is why they
couldn't
are
do
out
it.
of power.
Yes,
that
and
is
so
why
we
you're
are doing it now. We are doing it.
But if you pay your child's school fees, and nobody should be praising you for paying your child's school fees. That is your
But you
responsibility.
know there are parents who doesn't pay.
And that is bad.
It is bad.
So if you pay, that doesn't make you...
those who are responsible enough to pay, we should praise them.
No. But why you give birth to
my
your child?
brother.
I mean, a government is supposed to...
No,
make
you
the country
admit
better.
that some parents don't pay.
That is a bad thing.
It's a bad
that
thing.
you don't pay. You don't take care of
So
your
why
child.
don't you praise those who
How
always
should
want
we?
to?
But why? So you bring your child into this world, and you want another person to come and be responsible for the child. It doesn't work like that. So that is why governments come to come and take care of countries.
Not the negative.
No.
Every government is supposed to make. Every government is supposed to make their citizens' lives better.
Okay, the things that he mentioned that the former president did. Was he not praising the former president?
But it wasn't. I mean, the former president didn't do well. That's why we voted him out.
But he was praising the former president that
That
he did
doesn't
well.
make the former president good. The reason why the former president didn't do well or is not good is because they are outside. Now we voted them out because we weren't satisfied with their performance.
Do you know that the president could have rejected the suggestion?
I mean,
of not taking up the levies?
So good. The president is also part of the management people. I mean, the team leading the country, managing the country. So if you take bad decisions and affect the citizens,
no, this
they are
is
going to
not
suffer
a
the
decision.
No, I'm
by
not saying
this government.
I'm not saying they have taken
It
bad
was
decisions.
introduced by the insensitive government.
I'm saying generally that.
And then a listening government has come and says no. Okay, at this point in time, the global market, there is
there's upward and sharp increases in fuel price. So let me take off the levies.
Let me internally, this is what I can do. So let me take up the levies. My brother, 16 pesos is not easy.
No, we are not saying that. What I'm trying to put across is this. Whether this becomes a good decision from the government or a bad decision,
he should not be praised. The government should not be praised.
No, why are we praising government for doing what it's
because
expected?
he's doing well.
It is interesting. Now I am saying that government. Why do we have government? Okay, to make. I mean, the purpose of government is simply to make the lives of citizens better, and that is just the purpose of government. If you come and you do something else,
some
you are
governments
not.
Always come to mismanage.
That is why we sack them. That is why we take them out.
Yes,
because
and so better government is in place now. We are managing things well. With this current one, in fact, I am relieved because I know in the shortest possible.
The relief is good. I mean, I'm also.
So that's what I want you to say.
But I'm saying that the fact that we have a relief doesn't mean that I mean, we have had so many increases. Fine, we have a relief now. It's good. But that is the responsibility and duty of a government. So why are we saying that government has done well? That is my call.
Why is it? It's God who created us, right? Why do we always thank Him when we wake up?
Because it's easy for Him to take His life away from us.
Yes. So we thank him.
Yes, and that is a supreme being.
But
you can't
is it not his responsibility to take care of us?
No, that is a different scenario. That is more like comparing apples with oranges.
You see,
you understand?
we give praise where due.
Exactly.
Some governments have their priorities. A suggestion came. The president could have said that, no, at this point in time, with COVID situation, we are in, we have challenges. So I don't think it is advisable or prudent to take off the But he said, no, despite COVID challenges, we can still take off this levy so that our people could have a better living.
No, that is what is what we call managing the economy. I mean, seeing the problem
and so you agree with me that he's doing well.
If you are anyway, you go ahead.
Why is it difficult for you to
so that we don't also I mean, we don't also place the citizenry in a position to think that the government, or not just this government, any government that can, because that is the purpose of governance, that you come and make my life better. So if that is why I'm putting you there, okay, if I'm put in a position where government comes and I think the government is doing me a favor by doing well, then I am going to be in a very bad position. That is actually what.
But you agree with me that the president has no control over this fuel.
Exactly. That is why it was a consultation. I mean, the EPA comes and advises the ministry. The ministry says, President, this is what the EPA is saying. I think it's a laudable idea. Let us go ahead and then implement it.
And then he
accepted it. That is managing or making the lives, of your citizens.
So what do you say
better.
to him?
That is what is expected of him to do. Responsibility.
Yes.
If you get up and you
do it, bro.
That is why they are out.
Bro. Yes, and that's why we are in, and we've done it.
So if you have done it, it's okay, continue.
Just
but
I
mean,
you,
to say,
Mr. President.
Bro,
did the president tell me thank you when I voted for the president?
But,
yeah. I mean, he doesn't
have the president has said thank you for reducing this.
No, I am putting somebody in charge of my resources to come and manage it well for me, to be beneficial. The president also benefits.
But you place some people in charge and they mismanage it.
But does the president thank me for paying him, with our taxes as a president of Ghana?
Yes.
He doesn't thank me.
Oh, but he has removed this levy.
That is not thanking me. As this very recent budget read by the finance minister, the government has introduced a new tax of energy sector recovery levy of 20 pesos on this one. This is fact. This is fact. Your government has introduced a new tax on petrol prices, 20 pesos per liter. And so today, if you tell me you are moving 16 pesos, and you say that
it doesn't have any impact.
You should praise the
president. You said we should praise you. For how much? What was the tax by the former administration on petrol? What is the new one now?
You see, for you people, no matter what we do,
I think you guys don't want to face.
From the one after the election,
I think we should proceed. He knows very well that what is happening is.
Let us continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. In fact,
he's telling us that in 2020, government extended the COVID reliefs and all that. But we were not told we will pay for it.
Let me give you
forward in 6 months time.
Let
we were talking about extension.
Let me put this across.
What happened? We eventually paid for it.
Let me put this across.
We eventually paid for it.
That you wish it could be extended.
Mr. Wanda, let me put
that has happened before.
Understood.
Yes.
Understood. Let me put this across and then we continue.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just came back from the UK, and so we were discussing the issues of the shortage in fuel in the UK just about a week or two ago. And you see, practically, the UK has left the EU, and whether they like it or not, they are suffering for it in some way. Okay. So there is fuel shortage. Perhaps there could be some allies coming in to support, but because of their dissociation from the EU, it will bring its own consequences. What does the government say? The government says, you know what, the way forward is to use electric cars. That is identifying a problem and finding solutions to it. Should we praise the UK government for putting us in that, taking us from EU? We get fuel shortages. you say we are using electric cars. Fine, it could be a way to go, but has the government done well by doing that? That is what the government does.
And,
That
and
is
even with the UK one, it wasn't really a problem about shortage of petrol.
You
it's
understand?
about getting the petrol to pump stations because of the lack track.
Now people have to hoard. I mean, buy in gallons and go and put and all these things. So I mean, governance is for a purpose. If you come, I mean, there is a purpose for that.
Especially something you criticize severely.
There is a purpose for that. So if you come and you're able to, I mean, fulfill the purpose, that is why you are in.
But then should be praised.
Anyway.
The government should be praised
for
that initiative. Yes.
We have this discussion again. The 4 parties support LGBTQI plus bill. One opposes draft law. Over the past few weeks, we have been discussing this. Whether we like it or not, it has become a national discussion. Parliament has asked for memos. In fact, it has been going through. Yesterday, I listened to Professor Charles Aka. I also listened to Professor Akosia Adomako. I mean, these are people who had also sent memos to Parliament concerning these bills. Yesterday, I also had the opportunity to listen to an MP, Katie Hammond, who spoke lengthily about what he thinks. I mean, his general comment and all that. There has been opposing views as far as this bill that is sponsored by some parliamentarians and some individuals in the country. Today, we have been told that 4 parties have also given their support, or are also giving their support to the bill. The 4 parties have expressed their support for the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family value bill. A 5th party, however, has said it is against the bill in its entirety and that it should be thrown out of Parliament. The parties in support of the bill are the NDC. The NDC is here, CBP is here, the NDP is here, APC and LPG. Okay, so CPP seeks total rejection. For a part, the chairperson of the CPP, Nana Akosua Frimpong Sapon Kuma called on Ghanaians to reject the practice entirely, saying it is against the Ghanaian. Okay, so that's it for there. Let's see what I want to find out the other party that is LPG in disagreement. It says APC preaches procreation. LPG. Okay, so on the LPG's position, Mr. Akwalu said jailing corporates caught in such acts would compound the problem. According to him, conditions in the country's prisons would contribute to the problem, as it would serve as nurturing grounds for enticing young ones into LGBTI. Blah blah blah. Now, if you gauge the conversations, I think, Bill. Sorry, Asian. Let me count. I have a friend who is Bill Asian. That is mostly why I mentioned.
In fact, actually, my surname is Asian Elliot.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But I'm Eugene.
Oh, okay. Eugene. So, Eugene, let me come to you.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like those who are opposing the bill have problems with why we are criminalizing the act, and not, I mean, whatever you want to do with the people, but to say that people living their lives in peace should be jailed. I mean, we are legislating a crime, or a sin that has been a bit problematic for people.
Bro, in fact, this topic is quite a little bit trouble. I don't know. I find it very troubling discussing this topic because it borders on a lot of things.
Exactly.
Actually, it borders on a lot of things. Over the few weeks, I've had cause to engage a few friends and all that on this issue, on the pros and cons of all this and stuff. And I don't know. I still I'm not being able to wrap my head around it. Yes, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm Apostles' Creed reciting Christian, a Methodist as well, and all that. And so I believe, as my Bible says, that this new evil, as I call it, it's something that we should all do away with and not have anything to do with it as well. But I think the discussion on it needs to be done very well and very thorough, devoid of partisan and other. So I'm a bit uncomfortable when I see these things like 4 parties support, because you see this Ghana.
Yeah.
And the moment the thing takes a partisan approach, we will spoil the whole issue, as it were. So I have said that, look, let us allow people to come up with whatever that they want to say, so that if there are answers, we give it to them. For me, my point, like, I like and I salute Honorable Sam George for standing up for his faith and order. But on the other side, I also tend to say that, look, Christians have their beliefs. Muslims have their beliefs. Some traditional people have their beliefs and stuff. But the government is a secular one. The government is...
yesterday, I heard the Professor Aka more like debunking that statement. We say we have a secular
government. Ghana is not a religious country. There are people who are in this country who are not Muslims, okay. They are not Christians, they are not traditionalists.
Can you get me the constitution?
Yeah. Ghana, it allows freedom of religion and also freedom not to involve oneself in any religion.
Exactly.
You understand? So Christians might have their views, Muslims have their view, traditional people have their view and all that. And I believe that these sects using the government to force their beliefs on everybody in the country too is also problematic. Because if LGBTI whatever is an affront to the Christian, it's an affront to a Muslim, it's an affront to a traditionalist, it should not be an affront to somebody else. But then there again, at the end of the day, the nation must sit down and come up with laws. I am saying that I used to joke about this when I say what somebody does with their anus is none of my business. Okay, so I'm saying that, look, boss, since 1960, whatever, we've had the smoking of weed, marijuana, and all those things criminalized, right? Please, is it not a crime to smoke weed?
Yes, it's a crime.
Has it stopped?
No.
Now we have it in toffees, we have it in drinks, we have it in cakes. It looks like the more they are even being arrested, the more this thing is even becoming more. Exactly. So my point is that this extreme criminalization of this whole thing will make these guys go underground, and the thing will spread much even faster than it is now. Because today, if I know a friend who is a gay or whatever, I know how to keep the person at arm's length. I know how to make sure that my children don't play with these people. I know how to advise my children against these guys and all that. But once it becomes a crime and they know they can go to jail or people who attack them and all that, they will pretend. My child goes to that person's neighbor's house. I don't know the person is that. Before I know, that person has been introduced to that kind of ritual. So I will want a certain discussion where, for instance, I like what Sam George tried to say, that okay, there could be some treatment for them and all that. Then if there could be some treatment for them, then it means that we are accepting that it's a sickness. And if it's a sickness, do you then say that they should be jailed? When I was growing up, one of the things I picked up was that it's in prison that these guys even go to learn all this anal sex and all that.
A lot of the people. Yeah.
So why would you now want to even jail them? As we sit now, I don't believe anybody has openly come out to say I support. And look, I expect the fourth estate of the realm, that's the media, to put this whole discussion into the right perspective. I don't think anybody is saying that LGBT people should be legalized. No. As we sit here now, we know it's a crime, of which you can go to jail for 6 months or more. The new bill is saying that they should rather be jailed from between 3 to 5 years, which is extending it. And now the other problem, people have a problem with it, that even if I go to defend them or try to discuss the possibility of letting them have, it should be criminalized as well.
Okay. And so that I have another question for
you,
so that he can
so for me, that's where my problem is, because today all those who are giddy going all around and saying this and that, tomorrow if you find your son or your nephew or somebody, niece or whatever, engage in it, would you be happy to own the person up for a 3 to 5 years imprisonment, or around that time you will now be saying that you think the person should be confined to a hospital or something for treatment or all that. That's where I think. So I'm begging everybody that we should not treat this as a partisan issue.
Okay.
We should discuss it thoroughly and make sure we see what we do. But to me and my party and other, yes, we know that we are against it entirely.
Okay, thank you. I'll come back to you. I would want you to tell me, with this submission you have made, what would you think, and let me put it that way, what would you think would be the way forward rather than, instead of criminalizing or legislating this moral issue? We will come there. But let me come to you. And before I come to you, you mentioned something about secular. You know, I have been thinking about this. Ghana is a secular state, blah, 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 blah. Now, secular states, perhaps we should put it in context. The English dictionary says that not connected with religious or spiritual matters. So that is the English definition for secular. People are arguing, I'm saying this because people are arguing that Ghana is not a secular state. People think that we cannot say that Ghana is a secular state, because anything secular is not connected to God, as the English dictionary says. Now, I asked for our constitution, and our constitution has a preamble. Now, if you come to Ghana, we have Christianity, Islamic religion, the traditionalists. These are three main religious groups here, and they are all connected to God. Now, this is our constitution. The preamble of our constitution says that in the name of the Almighty God. That is the preamble for our constitution. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. That is our national pledge, our national anthem.
Our national anthem.
God bless our homeland Ghana, blah, 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 blah. There is God in almost all our national symbols, our national dealings, including our constitution. We go to schools and we are saying, how do you call it? The national pledge,
the Lord's Prayer.
The Lord's Prayer. Now, come to the religious, the Islamic, how do you call it? For them, we know how their practice and their faith is strictly directly to God. Then you come to our traditionalists. When they are praying, they mention God. So it is quite evident that even our constitution recognizes God. How then do we become a secular state? Something that. But before that, let me take this comment.
I just want to take this thing out. Please check the dictionary very well.
Okay.
Secular does not mean it does not accept God. It only says that we are not bringing religious beliefs into this. When you say something is secular, it's only saying that we are not bringing, because you cannot go to court and tell the judge that a pastor told you that your mother is a witch.
Understood. No, all religious beliefs in Ghana, all our religious beliefs are connected in the Almighty God.
Yes.
So if there is God, how then do we say we?
No, you see, when we say something is a secular state, this is what we mean. There are the laws and there are the religious beliefs. If you go to Saudi Arabia, there is nothing like Christian law.
So that can be.
No, I'm saying that if you go to Saudi Arabia, there is nothing like Christian law for you to say quote the Bible to support your argument there. The only law is the Quran.
Exactly.
That is all. If you go to China, you are either a Maoist or something. You cannot quote Quran or Bible there. That is what we mean by secular.
So it means that the secular in this context is a little bit.
That when we go to, like, in making this LGBT point, it will become very stupid, quote unquote, for you to quote me Sodom and Gomorrah, because I probably am not a Christian.
Anyway,
so
hold on. Let Mr. Bonda.
I'm allowing him because I've realized he's not doing propaganda with the submission. That's why.
Mr. Bonda, come in with.
Yes, my brother. Okay, I'm a Christian, and so I think the first thing to do in matters like this, you brought a constitution. Let me also bring the Christian constitution. I don't know whether you have it here.
The Bible.
Yes, Leviticus 20:13.
Leviticus 20:13.
It seems I have something. Let me assist you here. Leviticus chapter 20 verse 13. If a man has sexual relationship with another man, they have done a disgusting thing, and both shall be put to death. They are responsible for their own death. So, as Christians, our constitution has made it clear that if you're a man, you cannot have a relationship with another man. This debate, I don't know. It is getting a bit worrying. Some institutions are in support of what some selected parliamentary, I don't know whether they were selected, but the group of MPs who are pushing this bill.
No.
But the little challenge I have is that how did we even get to this stage? I think our pastors need to do more. Because the gays or the lesbians that we have in our communities, most of them attend church every Sunday.
And
most
mosque.
of them. And mosque.
And shrines.
Yes. And so, it shouldn't even take our MPs to pass a law before we ask them to stop or before we even punish them. They are in our churches and mosques, which we should be able to identify them, or our pastors should do more to identify them, and parents too. You see, I'm getting emotional because a pastor nearly introduced me to this thing.
Imagine.
That was I think somewhere 90s, somewhere in the 90s. This pastor, when I closed from the school, he would call me Kofi, bra. Then he would send me to his place. And he was a married person. He's not, I don't know whether he's divorced or something. Then he would call me. I would sit there with him. The wife would be around. The wife would cook for us to eat. Then sometimes the wife would be somewhere. I'll be sitting in the hall with him and then watching television and all kind of things. My brother, I am saying this so that parents would also be careful asking their kids to be seen so-called well-to-do people in the society or pastors who claim to love their children and then they just allow them to go. This pastor, sometimes when I'm sitting beside him in the hall, then do you know what, my brother, do you know what he will do? It's like watching television and whatever that goes on. Then he tries to explain whatever is happening on the TV. Yes. And then this the way he does it. You know, he will put his hand as if he's playing with you on your task like this. Kofi, you see, hey, these people, you see what they are doing, like we'll be speaking tree. And all the hands will be running on my task. Me, as a young boy, I didn't know anything. Then, gradually, the hands moved from this side and then was getting closer to some place. I said, wow, what is happening? When I joined the armed force, in fact, I stopped going to him because I didn't like his moves.
Yeah.
When I joined the military, about 3 or 4 years, I heard that that man was gay. And so he has even been sacked from the town. I don't want to mention the town. He has been sacked and then he's now gone to another place, a very known place too. I will not mention it, but all in the central region. Then I said, wow, so this is what the man wanted to introduce me into. I am saying this and appealing to parents. We can stop this. It is not, I am not for the jail term, no. Because we all know that this is a big issue. They pick these practices from our various communities and homes. And so we should tackle it from there. I understand there is a clause in the Constitution that even prohibits this act.
Yes.
Yes. And so...
In fact, 6 months jail sentence if you are caught.
Yes. And so, like my brother said, we should be careful rushing this bill, what do we gain if we put this kind of people into prison?
But then what do we do? What should we do to, I mean, if you get the conversations, everybody comes in and makes it obviously clear that every aspect of our country, our living, frowns on this: cultural, religious. I mean, even in 2014, the CDD conducted a survey, and one of the questions were,
94%.
Yes. And so some of the, a portion of the people who answered the questions were not, or they didn't belong to any religious group. And even so you then get the sense of this, or this sense of understanding that
it's frowned upon.
Yes, every part of our country frowns upon it.
Yes.
What then do we do to stop these things? Now, the argument is that if you go to the US and the UKs and the European countries, these people are also forcing their rights on people now. That's why people think that we should find, even if it means legislating the sin and then criminalize it, we should do it, because now you go to the US, a gay couple or a lesbian couple decides that we want to do a wedding, we want to have a wedding. Osofu Ishen, come and bless our wedding for us. Mr. Ishen says that, no, my belief doesn't support this, so I'm not going to do it. And they are taking it to court and say it is discrimination.
That is in the US.
Yes, exactly. You have no right to say that you won't bless their. Now, a couple goes to a cake, somebody who bakes cake, and say, we are having our wedding next week. We are a lesbian couple, we are a gay couple. Do cake for us. Cake maker says, no, I don't support this thing. So, and the person is taken to court. You understand? So people look at the severity of what may come if we do not stop it, or or if you don't face it. So then, what do we do to stop it?
You see, Mr. Host, you see, that is where staff. Excuse me. You see, the problem we have. I think we are jumping the gun.
Okay.
Currently, in Ghana, having unnatural carnal knowledge of somebody is a crime. Punishable by 6 months jail sentence. Do we have anything on our laws concerning LGBT? No. Meaning that in Ghana, we don't accept it. What you are talking about, even in the States, it's not every, in the United States, it's not every state that has legalized that.
Exactly.
So in states that have legalized that, that is when these guys can have a right. In states that they don't, it's not been legalized, they don't have that right.
Exactly.
In Ghana, we don't even recognize it. It's not even accepted. So no gay person or no LGBT plus person will come here and want to say I'm activating my right, so to speak. We don't even have it.
But you know, recently,
check the bills that have gone to Parliament. This bill that we are talking about. Go and read it from beginning to end and see whether it talks about it being a right or something in Ghana. It is not. It is the punishment that they will seek to push on these guys that people are complaining.
But maybe we should also relax, because it's only a bill now that is going to Parliament to be debated. It is highly possible, and for me, I expect that they are going to be very, 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 very sensible and debates, explanation, cogent arguments. So at the end of the day, some parts of the bill, even if it will be passed, exactly, so that perhaps we are looking at this bill is suggesting a 3 to 5 years punishment.
Yes.
What if after the debates and in Parliament, Parliament says that let's maintain the already existing 6 months, blah 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 blah, and so perhaps we should also leave it at the status of a bill and wait for Parliament to deal with it, and then come with whatever Parliament comes out.
They have linked it to the second degree felony, and I think that is where it is up to the 5 years.
Yes.
I think that bit is what I have a challenge, but I will still appeal to our pastors. Instead of demonstrating, they should talk to the various ICs or pastors nationwide. That they should intensify the campaign against this act instead of pushing for the bill to be passed. I don't think you'll be happy if, unfortunately, your child goes into this act and then he's imprisoned for 5 years. I don't think it's the best idea. They should rather talk to the people, sit their children down. They should know what they do. You've left your child for a week, days, and then your child is somewhere. You don't even know what the child is doing. You don't even monitor what they do in their various schools. There are schools, they don't fence them. Some schools are just open, SHS. And so, whatever they do, you will not see. Where I attended at Takrasi in the eastern region, it was opened. My brother, we could go to the town and come in the night and no one can see us. We will just wait after, how do you call it? It was a boarding house. We call something, when the senior housemaster comes around and then inspect and sees that everyone, yes, the roll call. Then after the roll call, no, he will go and sleep. Master, then we also get up, we are gone. Who knows what the child will be doing? We should monitor them. We should talk to them. Let them get closer to us. As a parent, you get up, you don't even talk to your children. They are always afraid of you. And so if one calls your child and say, come, I will give you this, and the person is able to talk to, like what this pastor was doing to me, and then is able to convince me, preparing nice food for me to eat. I will always go to him.
Eugene,
so our pastors should do well.
There is also another argument that if you have listened to, I've listened to several videos of, audios and then watched videos of people who have come out of that situation.
Yes.
Yeah, who were part and then they decided
some
by some means
being in it for 20 years
plus. And I got the sense that one guy openly said that he got into the whole thing because of money.
Of course.
I mean, poverty.
Yes.
And so there is this argument that government should also, strengthen institutions, create more opportunities. Churches, whoever is involved, we should all come together, create more opportunities for people to be self-sufficient, to avoid some of these things. Do you agree with that?
I really do agree 100% with it. And in fact, since this debate started, that has been my raging call all throughout. That, for instance, that's why I asked you, for instance, whether you've read a bill. Some of the things that are in there, for instance, is the way people dress, men dress, and all that.
The cross-dressing.
For cross-dressing. You and I know that when we were growing up, we genuinely have kojobes here, people there. Mentally, they see themselves as women. But house training, parental and societal training, cushioning and all that helps them to become responsible citizens and not LGBT prone people and all that. So sometimes these are some of the things, and I like where you came from that, and that's where my point has always been that this bill should be discussed, not on a passion level. And then we should look at it very well. We should allow people to also bring you see now the way the professors, the lawyers and things who came against it are being chastised all over and stuff. No, let everybody bring their mind so that we shape the bill properly. Now, my point has been that, number one, in Ghana, I believe everybody doesn't like this thing. But one of the major push things is the economy. And you see these things happening around our coastal areas. From Jamestown, Labadi, Osu, Teshi. This is where you find almost these things a lot. Meaning that government should really try and help the youth. Give them gainful employment, not NAPCO and those things. Gainful employment. That people will look at, so that people will not entice them with money for them to be doing these things. Our prisons, is it a place that is there for rehabilitation and reformativeness and all that? Or is a place where they go to become tight?
Maybe these things will bring up all these conversations so
that
that's we start
we are talking about. You see,
even our prisons.
Instead of looking at concentrating, the bill that you have only looks at the punitive measures and not what will stop people from going into it. And that's why I am happy you've also brought it up. That let us look at the economy, giving the youth gainful employment. Let us look at this church. That's one of the problems I have, and I'm happy my brother brought it up. That why is the church trying to use, the church and the mosques trying to use the laws to do their work? Matthew chapter 28 verse 20 tells us to go out there and save souls. Now they have built temples and cathedrals and are in there and expect people to come in there. Look, brother, can be a law that says that this thing should be jailed, even be killed. What if you don't see them do? They go under G. And when they go underground and do it underground, what if you don't see them? Would they stop? Like I asked you, I made with a we issue. It's criminalized. Nobody is supposed to take we if you are caught, but it's still happening. So using the law is not enough. The churches must sit up, the mosques must sit up. And somebody jokingly said, look, corruption is about 99% of our problems. Why is the church not demonstrating against it? And all that. Why would they want to care about what somebody does?
Yesterday I heard one preacher man saying that whenever we say the church is not fighting against corruption, rape, and all the other vices we can ever speak about, it's not true, because the church really does. Perhaps people are not paying attention, because day in, day out, the church is speaking against corruption. Day in, day out, the church is speaking against rape. Day in, day out, the church is speaking against armed robbery. All the other immoral activities that anybody can ever think of. Day in, day out, the church is speaking against it. The church is also speaking against this particular, this particular act in the same length.
Have you seen the church threatening to demonstrate against a corrupt politician who has been arraigned before a public account committee and has been told that he's embezzled? Have you ever heard a corrupt politician be asked to leave the church because he's serving as a bad example to the youth in the church and all that? How many churches actually go out there to find out the source of that person they've made an elder or a patron, or the source of their money? But all these politicians we have who are into bad things and all that, they are in churches. They are in mosques.
The point I differ a bit from your submission is when you linked it to unemployment. I will not talk about that. No, you see, my brother, there is this news that a teacher sodomized 19 kids also.
Yes, that's an allegation in one of the schools.
Yes, this morning I heard it from a sister station, or one of the stations. These kids, are they looking for employment for now?
No, it's the teacher who has learned it somewhere.
He's employed. The teacher is employed.
No, he has learned it. Where did he learn it?
Yes, so they picked them from the young age. You understand? It is not about employment, but look at my case.
Yeah.
At that age, I was not looking for employment.
We didn't limit you to just employment. You raise a good point. For instance, that's always my point. That look, be cool with your kids.
Yes.
Talk to you. In fact, a friend was sitting with me when my 6-year-old daughter, we were watching a movie, and then the woman had an affair and used a condom. And so in the conversation, the friend asked her, but you used the condom, why is the man still angry? And then the girl came to me and, Daddy, is this man correct? But the lady used the condom. And then she sat down. I didn't say anything. My friend was looking at me. Then she said, okay, Daddy, what does condom do? And then I took my time to explain. And then my friend was like, but why are you having such a discussion with her? I said, if I don't, she will ask someone.
You see, there's another side of the argument about even, parenting our kids.
Yes. And that's where I
saw something
I wanted to
yesterday. Yes. I saw something yesterday on the BBC. Is it BBC? Yeah, BBC News that published. Announced the movie. You see, these are kids' characters: Superman, Batman, whatever man. Now, yesterday BBC published
the Superman,
a Superman character. Exactly, that would now be gay. Okay. This is what our kids watch. They read books on Superman and blah blah blah. In fact, if you don't buy Batman and Superman things for your boy, you may be having issues in the house. Whether we like it or not, they watch cartoons, and these are the cartoons that they are watching.
In fact, now it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. You understand? So another angle is that even if you are close to your kids, you sit with your kids while they are watching Superman. And
no, but if you have an open door policy with your kids, where they feel they can discuss everything with you. I did not even know that these cartoons that I are showing now, they have gays and lesbians.
Yeah, exactly.
It was my daughter who drew my attention to it. So I started watching it myself and discussed it. You see, we cannot control the content. In fact, I this morning I was thinking that somebody made a position that look, somebody was arguing that, you know, when you go to Iran, Dubai and those things, gay thing is not tolerated. And I said, yes, they are not tolerated because they are rich and they don't need help from anybody. But to the extent that you need help from a gay person, that is where you have to absorb their content as well. You cannot tell them not to. But then the responsibility is on you.
The parents.
What content in Ghana? I remember when we were growing up, we grew up watching Cheche Kule by the fireside and all those things and stuff. What are children watching today? How many Ghanaian contents are on TV to teach morality and all that? And so the West will bring it all the same. But if we as a country have that good content and that the state, what do they call this? The people who regulate that what should be shown, National Communication Authority, right? NCA stuff. Must regulate what is shown on our screens.
Yes.
And all that. And if all that is done, and parents augment it with having that open door policy, discussing whatever, the child should feel okay to come and discuss with mommy or daddy, why is this, what is that, what is that, for you to give them not seeing the pennies and calling it a stick, but try to open up and tell the child what it is. And then the church saving us as if they are saving us from fire, as the Bible asks them to do. Not just sitting there waiting for our tithes and our collection and all that.
Now the preaching has only been on
but doing all that, then we can all shape the society for what it. Look, criminalizing this will not stop them. In fact, that one we should put it there. It won't stop it. It will only just make them go under G. I, for instance, tell my friends that I will want to see you as a gay, so I know that I can keep you at an arm's length. I won't let my case come to you. Then because now it's criminalized, the person pretends he's all three-piece suit, but he's doing anal. And that's where we have to get to.
But don't you think that criminalizing it will also send direct warnings that we want to tackle this head on? We really want to approach this.
I know where you are going. Has robbery stopped? Robbery has it stopped in the country? So what
the churches that we have, the weed smokers,
the responsibility lies with our pastors. They need to do more. And parents, yes, parents. You see, I watch cartoons with my kids. Sometimes you sit on the bed, because I'm always with them in the bedroom. Sometimes we even ignore the whole. Then they will be explaining to me what they are watching. It is not because I'm interested in the cartoons they are watching. But I want them to feel like
they can tell you anything.
They can tell. And I've even gone to the school to tell the teachers that I have asked my boy also to be a journalist in future, because I am. And so anytime something happens at the school, I expect him to come and tell me. Please, no one should beat the boy because of that. Because I will not take any action against you, the teacher. But I want him to take out the fear in him that if I report this, I will be beaten. If I do that, yes, I will sit him closer to me. Then we chat. Hey, Gabby, what do you want? Like, you see, let the child be closer to you. It wasn't like that when I was in the security service, the military. It wasn't like that. You know, at the time we didn't have enough time to just be playing with them. You know, going Operation Gong Gong, peacekeeping, and all kind of things. But when I came home, I've seen the difference, and I think we need to have time for our kids. It's very, very important. It's very, very, very important. Our parents should try. In fact, if we even up our games as parents and then teachers, like this law or bill in parliament will not be necessary. But because we are not doing our part, then they will have to pass a law. And that law, I tell you, that law will not do anything. They will do it underground as robbery is going on and all kind of things. It will not do. It will not serve any purpose.
But lastly, on this, before we go, do you expect to after the bill? I mean, the proponents even the sponsors of the bill know that it is likely that they won't get everything in the bill. That's even if the bill will be accepted in Parliament and passed, things may change in the bill. And should we expect that, or I mean, in fact, per your own submissions, you actually expect something. What should we do? Should we reduce punishment? Should we take out the criminalizing portions of the bill? I mean, what should happen in the next few days or in the next few months when the bill or the debate finally happens in Parliament?
I expect amendment in the punishment bit.
Okay.
The years in which they will be imprisoned should be reduced.
Okay.
As my brother stated, we have a clause in the Constitution that states that it 6 months. So let's stick to that, and then so that bit should be taken out, and then probably criminalizing it. Well, fine, if only it can scare them not to do it. It is the best, but it doesn't mean they are not part of us. They are part of us. We need to get them closer to us, and so make the bill at least soft, yes, accommodating, and yes, so that they will not feel like we are just throwing them into where we don't want to see them at all.
I agree with my brother. I believe that upon further deliberation, and a whole lot will be taken up. For instance, I don't agree with this cross-dressing bit about that. There are guys wearing 2 earrings and having anklets around their. That does not make them gay. And there are women genuinely who are tomboys, who feel like they are cool dressing as a guy and all that. They should not be persecuted because of that. It's against their right. You choose to wear blazers, you choose to put pimp in this. What if I choose to do this and you say it's a crime? I think that one needs to be looked at. Those things will be looked at. And also, I think this bill should rather focus more on embracing these guys and subjecting them to the treatment that is in the bill. I think there's a hormone treatment or something. Rather than this attack, jail. You force them into hiding. Let us rather embrace them. The government can put up some monies and stuff, as it were, open up facilities and stuff. Let's try to talk to them. Let's grow more psychologists to talk to these guys and stuff. Some, like we said, went into through the because they didn't have an order. Let's see how we can talk to them and order. Those that it's a mental issue, psychologists talk to them and stuff, so that this hate thing that is kind of that we hate them is against our Bible, it's against our Quran and all that. It's not the way to go. Let the guys know that this habit is something that will kill you. In fact, in their alphabets, they have something they call queer, meaning that it makes them non-normal. So let us look at it from that point and then try to speak with them, talk to them, and then bring them home. And I think that one will get that general acceptance, because at the end of the day, I said Jesus Christ, in his time, adultery, you were stoned to death. But Jesus did not stone Mary Magdalene to death. In fact, he rather gave her sympathy. Why is the church now trying to, let's kill them, let's put them there because we disagree with them?
All right.
So please, finally, the pastors, I'm pleading with them, they should consistently preach Leviticus 20:13.
Understood.
I don't hear them mention those things in the church.
It's not that one. They don't say anything.
Because perhaps they think it wasn't happening. So
so they should be preaching.
And bro, the media should educate the people. There's nothing like LGBT in Ghana. And this bill in Parliament, those speaking against it are not asking for LGBT plus to be legalized. They are only talking about the punishment and the way we are looking at it in there. And that's where I think a good conversation around it, a good education around it will put issues in proper context, and then we can handle it.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming. We have had a very interesting conversation. We hope to continue some other time. Thanks to our sponsors, everyone. I spoke to you about them already. That's the safest flight you ever want to board to any part of Africa, and of course outside Africa, is everyone. Can you go to them? And they have interesting services. Beautiful services for you at very, very affordable rates, and so go to everyone. Now we are in the month of October. Adoatv, we are also celebrating the month of Rwanda, and yesterday the ambassador or the High Commissioner of Rwanda in Ghana was here in our studios. We had very, very interesting discussions about Rwanda, the I mean, opportunities that are there, the bilateral relations between Ghana and Rwanda. We are going to continue throughout the month of October, so kindly stay with us as we celebrate and find out a lot more about the country, Rwanda. October is also here again, and we are talking about breast cancer. So Sonotech Diagnostic Center is putting themselves out there and saying that whatever, however you feel as far as breast cancer is concerned, come to them in Osu. Come, we can examine you properly. Don't go to anywhere where they will just check a few things and say, oh, you have no problem, go home, and nothing happens. You go home and then 3 months later you are getting your breast chopped off. No, come to Sonotech Diagnostics and Medical Center. Let them perform all the scans. They have some terms that they call it, some mammograms and all that. They have all of them there. Technology, I mean technology savvy diagnostic hospital. Come there, let them examine you. They'll provide quality service for you at a very, very cheap rate, and then save you from a future predicament of breast cancer. Vena mineral water, even though it is raining, let us continue to stay refreshed. Let us continue to use water that is good for our bodies, that goes into our system and we feel refreshed. The water that is, I mean, designed for us has minerals that is specifically important to boost our immune system and all that. That is minerals and other essential nutrients that will go a long way to improve our health. It is found in Vena natural mineral water. Kindly get them and then use them for all your occasions, and I believe you're not going to regret. Thank you very much to our producers, our production team, the team that came, the gentlemen that came to have the discussion with me, Eugene, and of course Mr. Bwanda. Thank you very, very much, gentlemen, for coming. We'll meet you once again tomorrow on AM Ghana. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.